I'm Mikaila. I went thrifting recently and I found some really great items. Like, I am so excited about some of the stuff that I found. I cannot wait to show y'all. And after I'm done showing you what I found at the thrift stores, we're going to decorate with it and see where I can put it at in my house. So let's just get right into the haul. I want to start with probably my favorite thing that I found, or one of my favorites. I just found so many good things this time. I got these shelves. Oh my goodness, as someone who loves Cottagecore, as soon as I seen them, I grabbed them up so fast. I believe I got both of them for $4. So I think $2 a piece is really good. They have these hangers on the back right here. So I'm gonna try to figure out how to hang these up here in a little bit. I don't know yet where I want to put them, but I'll just try them in different places until I find the right spot, and I'll show y'all where we end up hanging them in the house. This little piece is an Easter find. It is a tiny little vase with some bunnies on it. I thought next time I'm in town, I can grab some flowers and put some in here, maybe put it on my buffet. It's here behind me. But whatever I end up doing with it, I will show all of you. I just thought it was so cute. I don't have very many Easter items to decorate with, so I've been watching at the thrift stores. However, I don't see them that often, so I don't know if maybe not as many people decorate for Easter around where I live or something, but I've still been trying to watch and pick up things here and there as I find it. These next two pieces are so beautiful. Look at these. It is these, like, I think it's a plaster wreath, but they're definitely for Easter. It has all these little eggs on it and this little bunny family in the middle. It is so cute. On the back, it says Cotton Tail Collection Hand Painted Wreath. So these look vintage to me. I'm guessing from the 90s, 1998. So they are almost vintage. I believe it has to be 20 years to be vintage. And then we have this wreath, oh, upside down. And then we have this wreath here, which is also very Easter themed. I could probably carry it into spring though, but it has the bunnies and this pretty little bow wreath at the bottom. This one was $3 and this one was $2. I don't know why they were a different price, but this one says York 1995. So I believe now that this one would be classified as vintage, which I just love these. They kind of look like they could go in a kid's room or like a baby's room maybe, but I'm gonna decorate with them anyways. I just like the happy colors. For the most part, I've been doing more minimal colors in my house, or not minimal, like neutrals. There we go. I've been doing more neutral colors in my house, but when it comes to the different seasons, I love to add the colors that kind of bring that season out in a very gentle way. I also love these so much. It is these little shelves. They have, I think it's meant to look like a bow. I don't know if my hand makes it where you can see it a little bit better, or there we go. Now you can kind of see that it's a bow. And then you can set something on top of them. So I don't know where I'm gonna put these either, but this just looks very cottagey to me. And the little bow is so cute. I just don't know what I want to do with them yet, but I can set something on top of it. I don't know. I need some ideas. So if y'all have any ideas for what I could do with these, let me know. I don't know that I will have somewhere to put them just yet. They might go in my guest room when I get it finished, but I don't want to wait to put them up because they're so pretty. So I'm going to have to find somewhere in here to leave them up just so I can look at them. I know some of y'all who regularly watch my videos love brass as much as I do, and I found this brass planter. It may be copper. I don't know, copper or brass, but it looks, this color right here makes me think brass. So I think it's a planter, I'm pretty sure. I actually want to do a makeover on my front porch or my back porch, maybe both, I don't know. And I want to do a lot of my thrifted planters that I have got and show y'all putting plants in there and maybe some flowers for the springtime. I may have that in an upcoming video. I don't know where I'm going to put it exactly, but I just thought that was so pretty, the shape and the color, and I just love vintage brass so much, so it's really hard for me to not buy it every time I see it. Speaking of brass, look at these candle holders that I found. They're so pretty. Oh my goodness. when I seen these, I think it was $2 a piece. Oh, and then that planter was $1. When I seen these, I grabbed them so fast. So I am always looking for brass candle holders, and I don't find them very much. But I feel like these are so unique looking. Look at that pretty flower design. Or, I don't know if it's a flower, but anyways, I feel like this will look so good for a spring decor just because it does look like a flower. I have battery operated lights that I use all through my house. So I'll probably put some of those in there, probably somewhere in the living room, I'm thinking. I don't know, but we'll see. We'll see when we get to the decorating part what I end up doing. I am a lover of baskets. It's hard for me to not find a basket and tell myself not to buy it. So I found this one. It was $1.50 and I just loved the little apples on it. I thought it was so cute. And then it has these handles. I decorated something in my kitchen recently with baskets, and it actually turned out cuter than I thought it was going to. So I think I'm going to add this basket to that area so y'all will get to see what I decorated over there and what I've been doing with my baskets on it, because it looks really cute. So I'll show y'all that here in a little bit. Then this is, oh, I love these so much. It is these, what are these called? And you know, like you have a ceiling fan and you use these to cover up the lights. But look at that pretty design. It's very Grandmacore and Cottagecore. It was a set of 3 for $5 and they were all taped together. I got home, I took the tape off, and this one was broken. So I don't know if you can see it very well, but anyways, I super glued it back together. Just couldn't resist how pretty these are with like this laced edge on it and just the pretty flowers on the front. It's just right up my alley in style. So I'm thinking if I turn this more towards maybe the outside where it's facing up, you won't be able to see this broken part. I'm gonna try to at least work with it. I think one of the greatest things about thrifting is that I see thrifters all the time when they do thrift hauls and things like that. They are willing to use the stuff that's kind of chippy and not perfect. They're willing to like upcycle things and redo it, and they're willing to fix things. And I think that's great because, you know, a lot of stuff like this that is broken would end up going in a landfill and just being there for forever. And glass is one of those items that takes, if I'm not wrong, it's like thousands of years for it to fully disintegrate. I'd have to look that up, so don't quote me on that. But glass is one of the items that really takes a long time. So it feels good to find things like this that I love, and it's so pretty. It's giving me happiness and joy in my house, but I'm able to fix it so that way it doesn't end up in a landfill. Okay, so I also found these vases here. They were $1 a piece. I got these for a purpose. These are not from my house. My best friend is having a baby, and me and her mom are planning her baby shower, which is coming up soon. So I got these to use as some centerpieces for her baby shower, and I don't want to tell what I'm gonna do with them yet because she watches my videos sometimes. So I don't want her to know everything. I want it to be a surprise. But anyways, I got these vases to use for that. I have recently been getting more into getting greeting cards at the thrift store. So I found this one. It says just a note, so whenever I'm sending somebody something, it'll be easy to just throw this in there. I think they're about 25 cents, I want to say, so it's a really good price. And then I found this tiny little picture frame. I have been doing a miniature frame gallery thing on my refrigerator. I did it the other day, and this is so perfect to add to it. So I'll show y'all what that looks like here in a little bit when we decorate. And then for those of you who love books as much as I do, we have some books. So these first two, or I should say, okay, first two, yes. These first two, I plan on using these just for decorating because of the colors. It's a brown book. It says Nora, but I just thought the gold writing was really pretty. It's upside down. But I thought the gold writing was pretty, so that'll be nice for decorating. And then I found this one called Good Connections. It is the Southwestern Bell Telephone Company, so this might be interesting to look through sometime. But I just thought that would be so pretty for decorating. Like, look at these together. They just look so nice. So I'm gonna have to stick that somewhere for decor. I love decorating with books. They're so pretty. Now these next two, I actually got for reading. I don't often get books for reading at the thrift store. It's usually books for decorating with, but I found this one about British pewter. And as someone who loves antiques and vintage things, I thought how fun to have a book where I can actually learn about the items that I buy. So it just has information about British pewter items. So maybe I'll know what I'm buying when we go out, when we go out thrifting. And as I learn things, I can show y'all or tell y'all some of the things that I learned. So I was excited to find this. I believe those books are 50 cents. And then I found this one. It is a cross-stitching book. It's 501 cross-stitch designs. And I learned to cross-stitch from my granny when I was little, but I can never do it to the level that she could. She was expert level. She was so good at it. But I got this one because the designs are very, very simple. There's not a lot of colors and they're pretty small. So I thought, how cool would it be to get some cross-stitching stuff and I can actually frame them. I love to find framed cross-stitch patterns. I just think it looks so pretty. So it'd be so neat to make some of my own, and then maybe I can gift them to people as well. But I just thought that was so cute and such a great price for only 50 cents. And then this last piece, I actually got this, I believe, last fall at an estate sale for $15. It is a massive mirror. It's pretty heavy and it's got like this antique gold all around it, and I've had it in my mind of where I wanted to put it for a while. But me and my husband put it in the garage, and we recently went through our garage and cleaned out a lot, and I was like, why did I never hang this mirror up? So that's what we are doing here in just a little bit. I'm going to show y'all what it looks like. I'm so excited about this mirror, and I cannot believe that I got it for only $15. If you are not familiar with how much mirrors cost, they are very expensive when you try to buy them, especially when you start to get the really big ones. So finding a large one for $15 is just an amazing price. But anyways, guys, let's get on to the decorating. I like to get things cleaned up as quickly as I can because when I get them cleaned, it's time to decorate. So I got everything washed up in the sink, and then I wanted to go ahead and repair this light cover thing. I just went really simple and used some super glue, but my super glue was about empty, so I was squeezing the life out of that thing trying to get every last drop. But you can still tell that the cracks are here, but once I end up putting it up on the light fixture later, it actually looks really good, and I'm just so happy that I found these. I think they're so pretty. And then now we're going to work on getting this mirror hung up. We won't even talk about how hard it was to do this thing. Me and Tommy both were worn out by the time we were done, but it does look really beautiful. So these shelves that I found, one of the hooks to put it up on the wall was actually broken. So I went into my little kit of things that I have to make it to where you can hang things. I'll link the one that I have if you are a thrifter, DIYer. These can come in very handy because oftentimes when I thrift stuff, it ends up not having hooks on it or any type of hanger. So adding that later is really nice, or if you're doing a DIY, you can add one and put it wherever you want. But anyways, I had to get that fixed, and then now we're just hanging them here next to our thermostat, and I'm so excited because I'm gonna have to thrift some little trinkets to put on these, and it just makes me really excited to go thrifting again and see what I can find. Getting these light covers on was incredibly simple. It was just unscrewing the old ones and then screwing the new ones on. And I thought while I was up here, why not go ahead and dust just so I can have that done? And I just love how these turned out. This is the area that I was talking about earlier that I decorated the other day.
and I'm just gonna add that new basket to this ladder. My plan is to keep thrifting baskets and adding more to this. So far, I'm liking how it looks. It could change. Sometimes I do that. I change my mind and I move things around. But for now, I'm happy with it.
So I'm out on the porch putting these wreaths up on my window shutters, and I had to tell y'all something. So the other day I was out here. I told Tommy, I said, I would love to have some wreaths for the porch, but they're really expensive and I just don't want to put that in the budget right now. We have some financial goals we're trying to hit. And so I found these wreaths, and there's a set of 2, and I needed 2 for the porch. And I was in there thinking, where am I going to put these? Where am I going to use these at, right? So I come outside, I hang them up, and it just hit me. I was like, oh my goodness. I was just saying the other day how I wanted wreaths to put on the porch, and I had no idea what they would look like. I didn't know it would be those. But it just goes to show, like, God is always listening to us. You know, he knows what we love and he cares about what we care about. So, like, he knew that I wanted to have some cute things for my front porch, and he led me to some wreaths that were a total of $5 for both of them, and just so simple to put out here on my front porch and bring that Easter and spring feeling to outside. So I just wanted to share that because I thought that was really special, and it just made me feel so blessed right now, and just think about how much God just really loves us. So I just wanted to share that with y'all because it was just one of those moments where I just felt like God was kind of telling me, like, yeah, I'm always listening to you, and I do care about the things you care about.
Now we're gonna work on the mini gallery wall here on the fridge. I want to take that little frame that I showed y'all earlier, put a picture in it, and add it up here on my little gallery section. I plan to keep building this as I find things. I don't know what it'll look like in the end, but I'm just gonna keep adding stuff. I just got some magnets off of Amazon, and I've been putting them on things that I want to add to the fridge. It's very, very simple, and so far I am loving how this looks. I decided to put these candle holders here on my baker's rack. For now, I like it. I might end up changing it later, but I think it looks good for now. And then those shelves that have the bows on them, I ended up putting those in my bathroom with some silver pieces on them, and so far I love it. But guys, that is all that I have today. Thank you so much for being here. God bless each and every one of you, and I will see you next time. Bye!